I learned that Guitar Hero ruined my sense of rhythm for over a decade. Back in high school, I was absolutely obsessed with Guitar Hero. I'm talking 8 hours a day, every single day for 3 years straight. I could nail every song on expert mode, even that insane Dragon Force track that made most people quit gaming forever. My friends thought I was some kind of musical genius. I had the highest scores in our entire school, and I genuinely believed I was destined to become a rock star. I mean, if I could shred on Guitar Hero, real guitar would be easy, right? Wrong. So incredibly wrong. When I turned 18, my parents bought me a real guitar for graduation. I was so excited I could barely contain myself. I figured I'd be playing like Slash within a week since I'd already mastered the basics on my plastic controller. I plugged in that guitar, started strumming, and it sounded absolutely terrible. Not just beginner terrible, but like someone was strangling a cat while running it through a blender. I couldn't understand why my fingers wouldn't cooperate. But the weird part wasn't just the guitar. I noticed I had problems with rhythm everywhere. When I tried dancing at parties, I was always offbeat. When I clapped along to songs, people would stare at me funny. I thought I was just naturally bad at music. For years, I struggled with this. I took guitar lessons in college, but my instructor kept saying my timing was all wrong. He'd play a simple beat and ask me to clap along, and I'd be completely lost. He said he'd never seen someone so disconnected from basic rhythm. I tried drums, keyboard, even singing lessons. Every teacher said the same thing. My internal metronome was broken. I started thinking maybe I just wasn't musical at all, which was devastating because I'd spent my teenage years convinced I was the next Guitar Hero. Then last year, I was at my cousin Jake's house, and he had his old PlayStation set up with Guitar Hero. Just for fun, we decided to play a few songs. I hadn't touched the game in over 10 years, but muscle memory kicked in, and I was nailing every note perfectly. Jake was impressed and said, "Dude, you should totally learn real guitar if you're this good." I laughed and told him about my decade of failed attempts. That's when he said something that changed everything. Wait, you know Guitar Hero doesn't actually teach you rhythm, right? The notes come at you at weird speeds that don't match real music. It's more like a memory game than actual music. I stared at him like he just told me the sky was purple. What do you mean it doesn't teach rhythm? He pulled up some YouTube video explaining how Guitar Hero's note patterns are completely artificial. The game speeds up and slows down randomly to make it challenging, but it has nothing to do with how real music works. The plastic guitar doesn't even require you to strum in time with the actual beat. My mind was blown. For 15 years, I thought I was bad at music when really, I just trained my brain to follow fake patterns that had nothing to do with real rhythm. I immediately signed up for a new guitar teacher and explained the situation. She'd actually dealt with this before and called it Guitar Hero syndrome. She said it takes months to retrain your brain to hear real musical timing instead of the game's artificial patterns. We started from absolute basics, not even playing notes, just clapping to simple beats. It felt ridiculous at first, but slowly my natural rhythm started emerging. After 6 months of practice, I could finally play actual songs. The craziest part? Once I unlearned those Guitar Hero habits, I discovered I actually had pretty good natural rhythm. I joined a local band, and now we play shows around town every weekend. Last week, some kid at our show told me he wanted to learn guitar because he was amazing at Guitar Hero. I pulled him aside and gave him the talk that nobody gave me 15 years ago. Sometimes the thing you think is helping you is actually holding you back.